Hey guys, and welcome to this edition of Scruff's Garage. Today's video should actually be pretty quick, but I wanted to take a moment and talk about how I installed my battery tender. By nature, Corvettes are typically a secondary vehicle for most people. It's probably not your daily driver, at least it's not for me. And so particularly during, say, the winter months when the weather's not so great, the car may sit for a couple of weeks at a time without being started or driven. And because of that, sometimes it runs down the battery. And so you finally get a nice day, you come out to start the car, and the battery's worn down. So that's where installing something like a battery tender helps keep the battery topped off all the time. And it'll make your battery last longer as well. Because regular car batteries aren't designed to be cycled all the way down and then recharged again and again, like a deep cycle marine battery would be. So regardless, there are a number of different battery tenders on the market. The one that I decided to go with, this is a battery tender plus. The plus is the 1.25 amp charger. There's also a battery tender junior, which I believe is a 3/4 amp charger. Would probably also do the trick, no problem at all. It's also important to understand the difference between a battery tender and then like a full-size battery charger. If your battery is fully discharged, trying to trickle charge it at 3/4 of an amp or 1.25 amps will take a long time to bring a completely dead battery back to life. It's not really what they're designed to do. This is designed to keep your battery charged and topped off all the time, but it doesn't replace the need for a full-size battery charger for times that the battery is completely discharged. So just bear that in mind and understand what you're buying and the differences there. But I wanted to show you a really clean way, at least I feel like it's a clean way, to install a battery tender permanently in the vehicle without the wiring being in the way. So I'll take the camera off the tripod and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'll try to hold the camera as steady as I can. But the way I installed it, so my Corvette has the side mount battery terminals. There are some that have the top post, and you could just tie in the two leads directly to the top post terminals. The side post terminals are a little more difficult. You can get extenders that go on the end down there that replace the side post here, but there's not a ton of room in there, and there's a better way to install this. So what I did, so for the positive lead off the charger cable, I tied it in here at the positive post that feeds the main fuse panel under the hood. So if you take there's the lid, you just take the lid off and then just put the ring eyelet there. For the ground side, let's see if I can get some light in here. If you look straight down, like right there, there's a grounding point, and there's some other things already grounded there that goes to the frame rail, and it's one of the designated grounding points. Now normally your battery tray box, whatever you call this thing, sits over the top post of that grounding point, so you may have to move this out of the way just a little bit. But if you can back the nut off, you can run the ground point down there. So that makes this really clean and slick. So on a normal day-to-day basis, the only thing that's in the car is just the lead end, right? It's a quick connect. It would connect to this end. It would connect to this end on the charger, right? So typically I just tuck it out of the way when I'm driving and I'm using the vehicle, and then I can just pull this out and connect my charger when the car's parked for a while. You can also buy extension versions of these, so 8, 10 foot, 15 foot, whatever you want. What you could do, right, you've got your mounting points here. connect it to this, and then you could run the extension anywhere you wanted. So if you wanted it to come out, you know, under a fender, somewhere down under the hood, if you wanted on the other side of the engine bay, you could do that. I've even seen some people, they ran it all the way back to the back of the car by the license plate. So that's kind of a personal preference. It depends on how you park your vehicle and where you've got your electrical outlets in the garage. I typically pull my car straight in, but some people back in. So that's just kind of a personal preference. But it's a pretty slick solution, because then you could hook up the battery tender without opening the hood. So the way I've got it set up now, I got to pop the hood and plug it in. And so that's really simple. But if you also wanted to do it so that you didn't have to open the hood, like I said, you could run an extension to some other places on the vehicle. You just have to remember to unhook it before you go backing out of the garage, or you'll have a problem there. So I hope this helps. Like I said, hooking up a battery tender is a great idea. It's been an excellent addition for my Corvette. So if you don't have one, I definitely recommend them. Like I said, there are several on the market that you'll have good success with. And hopefully this way of getting to your charging points is helpful, and it keeps it a clean installation for you. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. I'll answer anything that I can. If you enjoy and appreciate this content, if you'll hit the like and subscribe button, I certainly appreciate that. And as always, I look forward to seeing you next time here on Scruff's Garage.